What's going on, everybody? This is Jerome Moore, host and creator of Deep Dish Conversations. And firstly, I want to say thank you for all love and support, and thank you for exploring the perspectives of social change with me on this platform. I want to encourage you all to like, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube and on your favorite podcast listen platform. And make sure you give us a 5-star rating if you're loving the Deep Dish Conversations. I appreciate all of the support again. I hope you all enjoy this episode. Hey, Geeslab, what's going on, fam?
What up, Fimbo?
Nah, man, I'm glad to have you here, man. I'm glad you're healthy, glad you're well. I'm glad, this a fellow Firebird doing this thing out here.
Firebird for life.
for real, man. For real. Some haters out there, but you know.
I mean, we only listen to them.
Yeah,
We're
right,
flying
right.
too high. We're flying too high.
Too high. Mm-hmm. Too high, man. How your 2022 been, man?
Mix of things.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Mix of things,
Right.
but we living.
Right.
You know what I mean? We here, we blessed. You dig what I'm saying? But it's been good, a lot of good blessings. But trial tribulations every day. So right. You know what I mean. But I take it all the summer things. It's all good though.
Man, I want to start off, man. And we was talking about a little bit earlier, man.
Yeah.
We grew up in an era where just growing up in our environment, everybody was low key, staying low.
Yeah.
And we at this adult age now, and if it ain't posted on the internet, it didn't happen. It didn't exist, man.
Yeah.
And so people can have you misconstrued, right?
Yeah.
People can really put you in a box just because of what they seen in your social media life, right?
Yeah.
Your social media tenure, right? And not know, this was a lot of growth.
It's the highlight. It's the highlight reel.
It's the highlight reel. But this is a lot of growth, right? I wouldn't always just polished and.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have a Twitter in 06.
Right,
man.
You
know what I mean? 07 or 05
man,
when I was
dog.
young. Like some of these kids got extra social
but
shit.
I would say, though, even if we had it,
Our mentality was not that.
Yeah, I don't think we would have used it.
Nah, we wouldn't have used it to the degree of what we used it for, what they use it for now.
We wouldn't have been self-incriminating.
Now, we was doing silly stuff at 19 and 20 on Twitter, but we wasn't invested in social media how people invested was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I tell you my time, I started a Twitter because I found out my mom was on Facebook. And this was the app I saw you could just get your shit off.
Right.
Like, I can just do crazy stuff on here.
Right.
Like, I can just talk crazy on here where my mama judge me, or my auntie seeing something, or you feel my uncle, like, what you doing? You know what I mean? Like, get away from me, you know what I mean, granny? You feel? So that's what I got on Twitter. But now it's morphed into a whole social commentary. It's the news channel.
Right.
It's 24-hour cycle. You know what I mean? That's what we live in nowadays in general, is a 24-hour news cycle. Mm-hmm. So somebody always on some 24/7. You know what I mean? Just doing something.
Blessing and a curse, man. Blessing.
Yeah. You use it for the right things, it can be a blessing.
Sure.
But it's definitely this is the most mentally unstable generation, they say, like for having mental issues and stuff like that.
And if you're not sure of yourself, you don't know yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
Social media can be conflicting.
We got to learn ourselves before things. Like, if you got beat up in school, back only the school knew.
Right.
You can live past that.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's whatever. Right. But now it go viral. The whole world know that a 14-year-old, 15-year-old got beat up.
Right.
And it went viral.
Right.
And that's even before the now thing. We talking about even just the World Star age.
Right.
Like when everybody was on World Star and things like that. Like, it's a point to highlight the negative now and embarrass people now.
Right.
So I really feel bad. I feel bad for them because I understand insecurities getting to way why these kids pick up straps so fast and all that because of the embarrassment. Like, it's like getting beat up versus getting stomped out.
Right.
You feel what I mean? Like, you can get hit in the jaw one time.
Right.
But then you get stomped out in mud, pushing everybody pointing your finger at you and laughing at you and stuff like that.
That's what social media is.
That's what social media is. 24/7.
Right.
For one misconstrued remark, what you say, anything like that. You dig what I'm saying? Right. Like, I know the bigger you get, that's what happens. They attack more and more and more. That's gonna happen. The bigger you get, the bigger I get, and they're gonna nitpick at what we do more and more and more because that's what they do. Because internet is undefeated.
Right.
That's one thing I tell people all the time. Like, let it go.
Yeah.
If you're trying to argue with the internet, you're going to lose every time.
Right.
So.
Right. Man, take us back, man, a little bit about a young Geeslab, man. Growing up, man, East Nashville. Take us through that transition, man, for people, who don't know. And, they see you now. They see, the Beano music. They, the movement. They see you dropping singles, EPs, albums, and your whole swag, your lifestyle. But that wasn't always so. You had to, evolve.
Oh man, look here, man. I was green as the forest. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of them dudes who insecure, who lie like I was always cool to people.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? I know how it feel like to be picked last. I know how it feel like not like yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? And stuff like that. But out east, man, was out east like it was out north, and just like it was just Nashville in those 2000s, you know what I mean, times and stuff like that. You had to be more who you said you was. You because we could just check that right there.
Right.
Wasn't no internet fodder to get past and figure stuff out, and you could just say things and didn't have to prove, and consequences were consequences more. You said something, you had to stay behind what you said, because you might run into that man.
Right.
You might run into that woman if you're a girl talking crazy about another girl, like she might hear about that.
Right.
And it was just more, people say confrontation, but I just say direct. You know what I mean? Like, if it was love, it was love. I could figure out, I could tell a little easier. Right. You know what I mean? If you had real love for me. Right. If it was hate, I could really tell you had hate for me. I know the dudes who didn't like me growing up.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't no surprise. I enjoyed that. You know what I mean? You know how to move and operate more than nowadays when that's my word when it comes to internet, it's just fodder. It's a blanket. It's just a mask in front of a lot of things you don't know nowadays. But back then, man, just running around fat kid with glasses, man, running out, meet me halfway, man. You know what I mean? Call you, hey, bro, meet me halfway, man. I'm finna come down to your crib, man. Real simple. I was nerdish. I had smartness. I was smart and all that type of stuff too. But even back then, you could be that and still be yourself, and nobody, you feel what I mean?
Right.
Like everybody knew I was into wrestling and all that type of stuff when I was 10. Right. You know, just like I'm into wrestling nowadays as an adult. You feel what I mean? So. Right. I was blessed to have a foundation of that, to know who I was and be okay with that, you know what I mean? And life, as you get older, when you get 10, 11, 12, 13, go to Pearl, go to different areas, start messing with girls more and doing things like that. I mean, I jumped off, quote unquote, they say the porch a little earlier than some folks might have, you know what I mean? Like, I started smoking weed at 12 years old. Right. You know what I mean? We was doing certain things, and I sold my first piece of drug when I was 15. Right. You know what I mean? But I also had jobs. Right. Because I had that from on, make sure you can all account for your money. Right. Make sure you get pulled over, somebody can know where your money come from. I was blessed to have that lesson from certain, because I was raised by older people. Man,
what made you feel like you had to, you know what I'm saying, sell drugs at the particular time?
Lost within yourself. That's when you say not knowing yourself. Right. And learning and trying to figure yourself out. Peer pressure in certain aspects, wanting more than your home environment can provide. You know what I mean? I think that's what a lot of dudes and girls who do what they do for money. You know what I mean? Like, it's what you want. It tends to your wants more than your needs. You got your needs usually met. Right. You know what I mean? You usually got somewhere to stay. You know what I mean? A little basic roof over your head. You know what I mean? Might not get every meal you want, but you get meals and stuff. You eating. You feel what I mean? You got clothes in your bag. You might go to the flea market out north at the thing to get your shoes, but you got shoes though. Right. You know what I mean? You might not get your jersey at the store, but you got a nice jersey. You still doing what you got to do. We didn't, and that's what it was. But when you start being influenced by being a kid, and that's why I feel like I said nothing about being a kid. They influenced by adults. Right. And you don't even know yourself yet. Right. To be even wanting these certain things. Right. You know what I mean? And that's what we saw rap music, we saw videos, saw niggas in our neighborhood. Right. Saw niggas like, you know what I mean, we play, you know what I'm saying, pick cars, and you know what I mean, that's my car right there, that type thing, you feel what I mean? That's the one with the chops on there and all that type thing, you feel what I mean? You feel me? So we did that, and those influences, a lot of people don't want, a lot of niggas are still mad with, like, man, I had to do what I had, and you niggas was okay. Right. You know what I'm saying? I seen you niggas pictures when y'all was kids. Right. Y'all had J's galore. Right. And I know because I was a kid who didn't. Right. I got the 2 pair of shoes a year. Right. I was that kid. So I know when we was okay though. Right. But the want for stuff, man, I need that, man. I need that new jacket. I want the little, back when the racer jacket was out and all that tight stuff. I want the Evisu jeans. I want I'm going to, what's that website to go to, Karma Loop. Right. And see, man, I got to get them red monkeys at $500. Right. You know what I mean? Evisus and red monkeys and Jabot jeans and the new Forces, or when Bape was out heavy and you want you want all of it. And because sometimes your wants superseded what you know is right, you know what I mean, as far as what you need, you know what I mean, you do things that you probably shouldn't do, but you learn valuable lessons from it, so I don't regret nothing I've ever did in my life. Man, and I wish more people, more human beings, especially I think in music
in rapping, in hip hop music specifically, that genre, just came out and said that. You know what I'm saying? I wish they came out and said, look, yes, I sold this many packs, this many bowls. However, if I keep it all the way a buck, I really didn't have to do that. Like
I wasn't patient. I wasn't patient.
I had a good home.
I wasn't patient.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I was really raised by my mom, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So I saw her struggle with certain things. But I wasn't patient enough. You didn't want to work hard. You didn't want to work as hard. I didn't want to go get the job and wait for no checks. That just seemed corny. That is just I'm waiting for. I can go do this. I can make. You feel you make. Right. You wait 2 weeks to make $400. I can go get $400 in 2 hours.
Right.
It just you know what I mean. Those were the things, mentality you had, and what we grew up on, and we kids influenced by adults at that time.
Right.
I'm 14. Gigi just came out.
Right.
You feel me? Old school Chevy, the drop top fours. You couldn't walk a mile. I was listening to the Black album, Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Him talking about what he did. I'm listening to when I grew up, this is a Dipset, Lil Wayne, Snoop. We hearing these records even more underground. We get to the P's and we get to the Boosies and the Webbies and the Soulja Slims, and we get to just those type of things, the MOPs. We talking about the East Coast. You get into the Yuck Mouth and the West Coast, and these are the underground rappers. Well, and they talking about they living that life at underground level.
Right.
And all I need to do is this.
Right.
And do that.
Right.
I got a cousin. I got some homeboys. And we can make something shake.
Right.
Who? Go do that to him? Shit, all we need is to come up and we rob one person.
Right.
And we can come up.
Right.
And then you.
It become addictive.
I remember man, and that's what the drug dealer is just addicted as the drug addict. The person who, because I don't know how to live no other life. Like it's like one of my favorite movies on Goodfellas. Henry Hill talking in the movie, and he said the dudes who waited for their check and worried about their bills, they were schmucks. You feel me? They just seemed like suckers. Mm-hmm. So we didn't know how to even think to live another way if you live that way. Right. And when I mean way, I mean just hustling in general. You could have a job,
right?
But you had to go hustle and do something else, and you had to make some shape, because then you could live where you want. Because if they come out, man, I don't care about y'all anyway. I can go, I'll make some shake. I'm gonna make some money. That became the mentality. I'm gonna make $1. Mm-hmm. One way or another, I'm gonna make some shake.
Right.
And what happens is, because the leisure of freedom, nobody tell you what to do.
Right.
No one telling you when to quote unquote clock in.
Right.
No one telling you how to move. You make as much as you want to make that day. But also what it did breed with entrepreneurial spirits. That's why I don't really regret things of these, because I just wish maybe I should have learned my entrepreneurial spirit in a different way. But it bred that,
right?
And it helps that, and everybody who know me know I'm gonna go get something,
right?
You know what I mean? No matter what it is, I can go work a job, I can go be a public notary, I go wash cars, right. I go whatever I gotta do. We gonna make something shake, and that's what defines a person, a drug dealer versus a hustler. See, cause drug dealing easy. It's just the risk that come with it.
Right.
The actual job of it is
simple.
Build you up a clientele. If your product is your product, they always say good dope sell itself. If you known for this one thing, everybody knew by the time I was smoking weed. You just knew I was a nigga who smoked weed.
Right.
So he got to know what's weed at.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? He just got to know what a pack is, because he always high. Right. And it just makes it easy for you.
Right.
But hustling requires initiative. And you got to be proactive. Right. And go out and go do stuff and go find things and maybe make a need for a demand that they didn't know was there.
Right.
That's what, you know what I mean? You know they needed what you do in your community work.
Right.
You just knew the community needed it.
Right.
Create a demand for yourself.
Exactly.
How do I, boom, 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 boom. And it's something that you love to do, you're passionate about, all that at the same time. But that's all there was, is that right there. Love, you had a pops that showed you how to maneuver and move like that. And those are the blessings that everybody got them. We just got to really find the navigation of how, what is your advantage?
Right.
Mine was a single mama who had actual business knowledge and who went to college and got a doctorate and all that type of stuff. So I just got that side of it good. Right. You dig what I'm saying? So she showed me what a CD was, not a cassette disc. Right. You know what I mean? Like how to put money into a bank and how to do these certain things. You feel me? I had my own business at 21.
Right.
You feel what I mean? Like, so because these things happen and stuff like that, I knew how to maneuver things. I was just blessed to get those those lessons. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On all aspects. And I was a dude who shut the hell up when I was younger too. Like I was around old heads.
Right.
You had to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like I don't remember you talking that much like that. Like just growing up, like you know what I'm saying. Like I don't remember you like.
Niggas knew I rapped.
Yeah.
And when niggas heard me rap, they were like, okay, we can rap. But when we was like just maneuvering,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
I pull up to the spot, I say, what's up, niggas?
Right.
Whoop, 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 like, you
Yeah.
feel what I mean? On some ace from, one thing, what I say, what I see, need to say to people, you know what I mean? And I move around, you know what I mean? That's always kind of been my stick. I mean, we was outside, We did what we did. We was at clubs and we whoop to whoop, bought bottles and all that good stuff like that. But I always played the background. That was always kind of my one, too, you know what I mean?
Man, you said trials and tribulations when we started this, man. And the streets come with that. Trials and tribulations, man. Can you walk us through any pivotal moments, man, where you was, you know what I'm saying, you was outside, you was shaking and moving. People knew, you know what I'm saying, what you was doing, what you had, you know, product.
Probably the funniest story, the funny part about it is this. So my engineer, one of my engineers I do music with, shout out my boy LK, mix a lot of my records and stuff. Me and him talking, chopping it up. It's probably like last year, maybe a year and a half ago. We just chopping up, talking. We was talking something, Slab, you know I know you already. I was like, I mean, people know me, so I mean, you probably just, you know what I mean, whatever like it. Like, nah, like I knew you from like that. I said, what you talking about? I said, I was at TSU campus one time. My partner said, man, listen, my partner got some shit. And you pulled up in that 300. He put that 300. And you were like, I said, bro, that's crazy. I don't even remember that. You feel what I mean? It be those moments I be finding funny. You feel what I mean? But pivotal and trial, we talking about trial trip. Like probably the biggest thing, probably 2012, when I got caught on a federal building trying to get off. And they caught me and had to beat that little Fed case by myself, and cause I had a charge partner, but he did his little thing. He didn't do nothing. He was always silent. Always my little nigga right there. But I violated during my probation. You feel what I mean? Got like I was in a little drug class, violated during my probation and shit like that. And then the judge hit me one thing. She said, "I'm gonna give you one more chance, man." She said, "I'm gonna start drug testing you every Friday." Every Friday, your shit go up point anything. I don't care. You just sniffed around some shit. You gonna do the whole 5 to 9, whatever she tried to. You know, they try to scare tactics and shit like that. But you gonna do the whole time. I'm revoking your whole thing. You going the whole time. Your charge part gonna be straight. You going to do the whole time.
Wow.
I'm gonna give you both y'all time, basically. It was a way they could like put some shit that she said to me, some weird shit. So that was probably the thing. Like you feel what I mean, and it let me know. Because I had never been to prison yet.
Right.
You feel what I mean? I hadn't been, you know what I mean? I got locked up.
Right.
Some county hard place.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something small. But I'm talking
Right.
about I ain't been shipped off nowhere. You dig what I'm saying? Knock on wood. I still ain't either, you feel me? But once that was one of those things that was shaped for me then, but you don't really learn your lesson sometimes. And then in the last time I got caught up and I really started chilling out for real. I got into a car wreck. I know I was in a depressed time. Auntie just died. Auntie Deborah just died. That was like my baby. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know that auntie is one of my babies. So
Yeah.
I'm not thinking clear. You feel what I mean? Crazy. I'm pulling up everywhere with packs. Like, man, meet me over here, bro. Meet me over there. So that early that morning, I hit my partner. I need some news. I pull up on men, probably in the hood, like out there in Parkwood somewhere. Pick him up, grab something. I done rolled up one. I'm smoking on the way there. I'm smoking in the car. Woo. I get in a car right across the bridge.
Damn.
Like going towards across the not the Koreans, but the other bridge. Like you going toward downtown, right by the jail, right by the court system, by the courthouse. That bridge, go to the courthouse.
Yeah.
I get in the car right there. I hit an Uber. I'm telling, but he gonna call somebody. You feel what I mean? I say, bro, look, just give me. I can get somebody. I got everything on me too. Not it, but I got enough on me.
Right.
Man, bro, just give me 15 minutes. I'm gonna get somebody come. I can't wait, man. I got a report. Police pull up, it smell like everything in there. They ripped my full car pot because they already know it's somewhere. They don't know where it's at. They ripped my whole car pot, found things, had like 40 grams on me, different bags and all that type stuff. And this is the blessing. This is why I know when you say you blessed and highly favored, and shit be looking out for you though. And you know it's a purpose bigger than what you doing. Around that same time, they was changing the weed laws.
You're
they
right.
was changing all the laws about you can have so much on you and all that type stuff. Around that time, you had a certain amount you could go get just a citation.
Right.
Like boom, boom. That day, I guess he just felt good. His scale didn't have everything he needed on it, whatever like that. He just gave me the citation. He said, man, it looked like a half. He don't know what he's saying.
Right.
Boom, he gave me a citation. I'm on the way to work that morning too. So I mean, like I tell you, like I lived a double life for a while. You know what I mean? I moved like that. You know what I mean? Where you do this, do that, but I go to work that day and all that type stuff.
Right.
The very next week, they changed the laws back to where you get caught anything.
Wow.
Next week. I got my lawyer. I got my lawyer and all that type stuff. Kids, I don't care what you do. Keep your lawyer.
Right.
On everything I don't care what these dudes say. Do not buy the designer clothes. Do not buy the change first.
Put that on a retainer.
Put that on a retainer. If you make 200 bands, I'm telling you, put 50 on a retainer. Put it up. I don't do something just so it's in the cut. Just put 50 up just cause. I'm telling you. But got a lawyer, whoop through whoop. And that's why I tell you people get a lawyer, because it ain't what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
The lawyer was cool, the judge. He said, I got in the early. Who you here for? He pointed at me. You already got a deal? You got something ready? Yeah. I signed it. Boom. Walked out. Had to pay some money. A week later, that would have got me 5 years minimum because my record already.
Right.
Because I had 7, 8 misdemeanors at the time. I had a felony I beat, so they know me out there now. Right. Now you know me. You know what I mean? At that point, you feel me?
Right.
Boom.
Damn.
And a lot of people don't know. I mean, nobody really knows. Cause I'm not one like I'm not one of them. A lot of people know. Oh man, you was at.
And that lead me to my next question, man.
I was working at Nike on that first store. I was working at. I ran
into you at the Nike.
Mm-hmm. I was working at Nike that whole time.
Man, look. That leads me to this, man. What misconceptions do people have about you, then?
I don't really know because I don't really pay attention to people.
Well, and the reason, I gotta preface this this way.
Good, yeah, good talk to them.
Because just on your single you just dropped Load. And I told you this beforehand. I think this is the hardest line. It's not even a bar. It's you just talking. Like when you play Tim Duncan for so long, like people forget you can be Shaq. And I probably paraphrase.
No, that's kind of what I said. That's basically what I said.
And so that let me know that one, like, okay, Slab out here feeling like or thinking for some reason that people
I'm taking light. I've been taking light. And some of it is up due to me. I tell people all the time, I need to go through all these type things so it could remind me who I was too. Right. So when you get taken light, when you have a good soul, whatever like that, and you feel like people playing with you and stuff like that, and however viewing you from your talent level to whatever they feel like you as a person or whatever. Right. I think for me, even for that line right there, that was more of who I meet my talent level. Okay. I'm called. People are like, oh man, Slab real when he cool, he this, and I'm revered in that way. And people who talk to me know, you know what I mean, it's all love every time. If I can help you, I'm gonna help you. Right. If I can't, I'm gonna tell you I can't help you. You know what I mean? I'm just very straightforward like it. But because I'm respected as a person, my talent level gets pushed to the back burner sometimes. Like, oh, he a great father. Oh, he a great this. He a great that. But now I'm really one of the best artists you've ever seen in your lifetime. And you need to respect me on that level more so because that other stuff, no offense, it don't pay my bills. Right. I'm cool. I don't care. I've always tell people my good or bad, I don't really care what you think about me as a person. Right. I'm gonna die one day. My kid know who I am. My mama know who I am. The women, the people in my life, the women, my partners, they all know who I am as a person. Right. I'm cool on the extra stuff like that. Cause you don't know for real people we went to school with. They don't know you for real. They don't know you. Nah. It's people that they give a perception of who you is or who you was. Right. Stay with that. For life. I'm the same 14-year-old I was when I entered Pearl. I'm the same 18-year-old when I left Pearl. I'm the same 19-year-old I was when I dropped out of college. Right. I'm the same 21-year-old that caught the case. Right. Same, whatever, I'm the same that you saw working at Nike. Whatever you thought I was, that's where people kind of sit you at. So I stopped caring about that right there. But when people can make a narrative of who you are in your talent level and what you do day to day, and you know you that, it can mess your trajectory up. Of who you are as an artist and stuff like that and stuff like that. So when I say don't play with me, I say don't play with me. Right. Because I really can out-rap a lot of people. Right. I really can make better records than the... And when I say play with me, it's not my peers. I'm so much about the industry. Y'all gonna let me the fuck in. Right. I'm breaking this bitch down. Right. And I'm gonna bring some motherfuckers with me too. Right. Nah, I'm never talking about no one here. Cause I get so much love from everybody I run into in the city. Right. And if you don't know me, if you don't like me, then you don't like me. You don't like me. Wow. Another person don't like you. You know what I'm saying? It's 8 billion people in the world. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. You know what I mean? Life is life. So it's more for the industry people that I have scratched doors at, and I have had these certain meetings that people don't know about because I don't talk about what I do in my business all day. And y'all motherfuckers are the ones who have to let me in. I'm for Nashville. I breed this shit. You know what I mean? Because there's so much talent here, too. When people ask me and my cuz at a debate the other day, like, man, if you had one artist, you would sign, who would it be? I said, all of them. I got a marketing plan for all these niggas. All these niggas cold to me. Girls, every girl in Nashville that I've heard rap, I can market. Every nigga in Nashville I've heard rap, I can market. I can find a place in the industry. I know who they can replace. Right. I know the mainstream nigga that's been lazy, who they need to replace. Right. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about that because I don't just make music. I produce stuff now. I've been exec producing TV shows, like I've been doing stuff like that, so I can just see, oh man, well, and even for myself, I know what I need for myself now. Mm-hmm. Just a little bigger budget, right? To get into the eyes and to the places that you need to get to where like, oh, the framing of something. Mm-hmm. That's all it is for Nashville, especially Nashville artists. That's all it is. View and how they framed. All these motherfuckers cold.
And so you bring up some really interesting points, especially musically here. So I'm gonna throw some stuff at you. Mm-hmm. I feel like, and I had Chuck on here. Okay. I had Chuck on here too recently, and he brought up something. I think it was
Chuck T.
Chuck T.
Okay, bet.
Yeah. I ain't want to put his government. I ain't gonna put your government out there.
No. I mean, rap Chuck T. Yeah. That's why I said. Cause I know you was in him or Chuck Indigo. I got you. That's why I was trying to make sure. Okay. That's why I was trying to make sure.
And he said something about Nashville, about people who grew up here. Mm-hmm. He said, man, he said two things. He said, one, a lot of folks that grew up here don't respect Nashville like we should, and then that allows people who implants here, when they say, yeah, man, fuck Nashville, you might get a person from Nashville say, yeah, fuck Nashville.
You will.
Right? And he said, we got to stop that. And he said that, no pride. And he said, and it goes to what you were saying about there's so much talent here. It's always been there. But when we had that attitude like fuck Nashville, that's what leads people to go to Atlanta or feel like they have to go to Atlanta or Memphis. And I tell people all the time, and I'm like, nah, like we shouldn't have to go to those places in our backyard because,
we are music. We could be a music century. I tell people all the time.
Are music.
In Nashville, and we were talking about just the black or rap R&B, if you're talking about that, your only battle is country music. That's your only fight. No other artist is your other fight. Each other's not your fight. Right. The city's not your fight. It's only country music and the racism implanted in the city. That's your fight. Mm-hmm. And they, just like black folks a lot, they've tricked you to think you each other's fight. Right. No one in Nashville should hate each other. And you're right, and he's right. And because this has been a talk online for the last 10 years, that Nashville hates Nashville, and we celebrate when we lose. Speaking of, look, we can take it to just sports, football. Mm-hmm. Whole bunch of people say fuck Titans. And they think it's, whatever, just sports, but that's a reflection of how you really feel, because when they lose, I told y'all not to trust the Titans. I told y'all I shouldn't have. Homie. We don't need you having your no, we trust the Titans,
Right.
Cause we love where we from,
Right.
and it's pride in where we from.
Right.
No, so when a rapper makes it from this motherfucker or somebody you should be loved that.
Right.
But they people do, and I think it's a bigger view on how people are in the world. A lot of people just want to see downfall a lot. You know what I mean? And the reason those cities that he's talking, like you say, we shouldn't go to, we shouldn't have to go to Detroit, we shouldn't have to go to Atlanta, we shouldn't have to go to Chicago, we shouldn't have to go LA, we shouldn't have to go to these places. The difference between us and them in those places, they don't care if we're best friends. We still have a very small-minded city, a country town type mentality in that aspect. So, and that's not we from the South. This is what it is. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
I know you because I know you.
Right.
And a lot of things is we don't support people that we don't know. So, man, I ain't grow up with that nigga. He ain't from my hood. Man, what you mean? Ooh, he what? Or he claimed this what? He claimed, those are so irrelevant points and why we should not support each other. And those are the things that happen a lot in Nashville is they don't know you. You didn't grow up where they grew up at. Mm-hmm. We're not friends or your homeboy this. And you live lie, misconception shit. When we was little kids, shit, no one ever had a conversation. Right. All these type things, you dig what I'm saying? Some of it's real stuff. And those things, you can't do nothing but have real things happen. Right. No matter if it's real conversations or real other stuff. You know what I mean? Right. But most of the stuff is just ego, and we don't love each other. It is a self-hate type situation. You know what I mean? To where we feel like people are better us, and we show it. Mm-hmm. We be like, nah, but I get up. I got Nashville tell me like 2-3 times. I love where I'm from. Right. You dig what I'm saying? Am I bigger than where I'm from? I can go out more years. We're going to do that. We're going to expand out. Right. But we always going to make sure we know where we from and hopefully build upon what we're doing in this city so the city can expand out. Right. And so we can view. But you can't put on for your city if you're always in your city.
Man, look, I didn't live so many places.
Yeah, you lived a few places in your life.
And I didn't rep Nashville everywhere I went. People know. If they didn't know, they knew when I got there.
Every person I know from Nashville that leaves this thing, though, that's what they do.
Right, yeah.
They do it. But in here, they don't.
Let me tell you this. When I was in Hong Kong, I'll take that back. I was in the Philippines. Okay. No, I'll take that back. I was in Hong Kong. I was in Hong Kong.
Them good problems. Them good problems.
Yeah, them good problems. I was in Hong Kong. And I was just walking somewhere random. And you see, when you out of town and stuff, they be promoting like other places you should visit, right? Mm-hmm. And I seen small little billboards like on like main roads. It had like Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. It had like maybe New York, California, but then it had Nashville. And I got a picture of it. But I'm all the way out in Hong Kong.
And they want to come here.
And they got a whole Nashville poster.
Bro, we are one of the most touristic cities in the world. People come from Ukraine. Sorry to say, but I know some Ukraine. Like, they come from out of everywhere. Right. To come here. Right. Like, motherfuckers come from, like you said, Hong Kong. Even wasn't there, the Philippines, they come from everywhere to come visit this place. Right. Like, Broadway is very famous. Right. Like, the streets in Nashville are very known everywhere. Madison, Broadway do Madison Square numbers. Yes. Yeah.
That's a fact.
No, that's a fact. I mean, look, it was an article about 5-6 years ago when they were not first started doing gentrification, but when it got real thick, heavy. And they said they're trying to turn it called Nowville. They said they wanted to make it a mix of New York and San Francisco. Because they call San Francisco the East Coast city, the West, because it had it built and all that type stuff. Right. They want, if you look at it, it's a lot of skinny tall build. We look, they finna put some stuff downtown. That little pit area they putting down there. Finna have a whole little area where it's gonna be like almost like a Times Square-esque type thing, which is attractions for people to go to.
Even how the new Fifth and Broad.
Just how Fifth and Broad. And they're gonna even expand out. All that finna be something. Right. All that finna be, man, West End gonna look totally different pretty soon. Broad gonna look, all that gonna be a whole thing because we are we're a big town turned into a city. Right. Like,
how do we overcome, especially musically, right? Specifically black folks, how do we overcome that country music cloud? Like, and I try to think of it as like a way we can use it as a positive, right? Yeah. Because this is how my brain works. But it's essentially a cloud to where, like, we got to figure out a way how.
It's an obstacle.
We got to figure out how to navigate that.
It's an obstacle. I think we have more people working in those spaces.
Okay.
Saw one of the homies, Kazi, was working on one of the country sets. You know what I mean? But he manages rap groups.
Right.
I know he gonna make a play somehow and do stuff like that. You dig what I'm saying? That's how the spook by the door type situation, where you get in and then you learn what you need to learn, navigate, woo, and then
take it back.
And then take it back to your people like that. So I think that's one thing. The constant of, and I hate cliches, but the constant of keep working, because that's always. But find ways to work smarter. Mm-hmm. Find ways to get down. Like we got people that informed on Acme, downtown on Broadway. How do we get into those spaces more? Right. Where they can't deny us. Right. It's actual tech before the pandemic. It was ways we were organizing stuff, and I think that the pandemic just messed a lot of stuff up. Mm-hmm. But it used to be a thing at BMI. You know, we got the BMI building here. Right. If you part of BMI, you can reserve one of the writing rooms. Okay. It's a lot of rappers part of BMI. Right. If all the rappers just reserve the writing rooms, and they all see us in those rooms having smoke or listen sessions, writing sessions, and stuff like that in those rooms, they can't deny that we're here. Mm-hmm. And they're gonna start calling the CEO people. We got people like it's ways it's happening. The churn is slower than people want to. Right. You know, we very what's the word I'm looking for? Instant gratification. Right. We want things, but they're happening. Right. You know what I mean? You got to pay attention. Might have to be certain right spots at the right time, per places and stuff like that, but they happen. We just had shows this last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They got billboards and all rap shows. You know what I mean? They just did Mercy Lounge with Petty, If You Stand, Amir Blade, a whole bunch of people over here. Right. Dage McBride just did Acme. I think Quiz and Patrick Walker Reese got an event at the National African American Museum. Mm-hmm. Big, like it's happening. Right. You dig what I'm saying? But we got to champion those things more too. Right. You dig what I'm saying? Like Sean Gotti just said he became a millionaire, so he finna start doing some classes. We got to champion these things more, and that's where the pride. When you and Chuck were talking about the pride of the city, that's where the lack of pride comes from. Because any other city, this is blown up news. Right. In the black community, everybody know about it. Mm-hmm. If this was something in another, that's why it feels that way. Because these things are not championed. They're like, whatever. Right. We get those moods. You know what I mean? And that's a mentality play. Like, it don't happen overnight. Conditioning, it's like telling a person to learn to be a vegetarian in 1 year. They've been eating meat for 40 years. Right. It's not overnight. Right. You know what I mean? You can't do it in a day. Right. You know what I mean? You're going to have slip-ups. You're going to have things about that. I just wish we want grace for things we don't give. Right. And I think that's what we got to get to in those things. Like, you want love, but you got to show it too.
And Chuck T, man, brought up something else that it is happening too. And that's why I tell you, like you said, you just got to pay attention. He was like, he had mentioned, because he lives in Atlanta, between here and Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And he was like, man, all of the businesses support the rappers. It ain't just radios and stuff. And he said, you see what Slim and Huskies is doing, like with the unplugs and stuff like that? He said they do that all the time in Atlanta. All the businesses are getting behind the artists. That's regular. And so it's good to see, like Slim and Huskies.
It's just you don't know what it looked like because it never happened here.
It never happened. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. You got to pay attention. You got to see what Josh Black doing. And you got to bringing awareness to what's going on in the community, and then through comedy, and then how he links it with the artists and playing stuff. His comedy, like you got to see that. Yeah. You got to see what AB doing, DJing places and stuff like that. Doing Broadway on the rooftop.
It's a black renaissance.
It's black, and we've been saying it for like the last 5 years, and now it's come to fruition. Mm-hmm. People been saying it for we've been in the black renaissance since. And when I say it's a slow churn, it's that slow of a churn. Right. 2010, 11, when things started going, we had Break on the Cloud, we had 2 L's on the Cloud doing things and stuff like that. It was slow. Those are, it's churns, it's those breaking blocks. You feel what I mean? You got certain artists coming out, Mike Floss, you got the Me's, you got the certain people doing certain things. Right. That break, okay, boom, the Petties come out, the Woo, the Black, the Funky 10, the List, all these people that come out. Then you got the streets coming back heavy and stuff like that with the Cubs, and you got the fucking new Stains, and you got ABK Gates, you got Trap Mandel, and you got it's coming. It's all these other moonshot dope shit only who help put a lot of street niggas on the thing too. Like it's it's a slow movement, and we want a fast paper. It's like churning butter back in the day. It's just a slow go.
It's because I think too, we see our neighbors, right? We see Memphis, we see Atlanta specifically, and so we like, dang, like, you know.
Especially those two cities specifically.
Yeah, especially
those two cities specifically, because especially Memphis, right? We in the same state.
Right.
You know what I mean? We cousins.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then when you go to Atlanta, we country cousins.
Right.
So it's like, they can do it. Why can't?
Right. And I would say like we the big cousins.
But and the structure. But that's the thing about you, the big cousin. We learn the tricks a little slower. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Your little cousin, they know how to do this stuff a little faster.
Right.
They get to it. They born in it. You know what I mean? That's what happened when you're the big dog. Got to learn a new trick. First you got to realize why he got to learn a new trick.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got to do that. You show. You know what I mean? So you get to that point, you know what I mean? I think that's what happens in those aspects too, you dig what I'm saying? So, but we doing it, you know what I mean? Like I said, you got to pay attention, man. Slim, like I said, Slim Husky doing stuff. We got stuff on, this past summer, we was on Buck Canyon. I did shows on Buck Canyon and neighborhoods, and we did stuff in bigger venues last year. Like 2020, we worked, like, we've been doing it. It just finally comes to fruition more and more, and because, you know, certain things like outside open back up in certain aspects, stuff like that, and we can do more things again. Right. And it's pushing the narrative outward too. Right. So they can see, oh, when you go to New York, like you said, you go a place and you read where you from. Right. If 10 people come from Nashville, go to one place, what y'all doing up here? Right. Oh, it's going down. Oh, y'all it must be going. Right. Yeah, we got some things going. You feel me? So it's like that too.
Man, the music scene here. You brought up something about the local kind of pride and egos that people have, right? And there's been some, I would say, some black eye on the Nashville hip hop scene because of particular artists. Okay. Right. And you see everybody, but you see a lot of people participating on the embarrassment, the burning, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The joking, right? Yeah. How do we move past those type of things in the city when a particular famous artist?
The problem with those moments, those be the only moments. I have no problem with niggas doing jokes. Right. I got no problem with the internet. So, like I said earlier, the internet is undefeated. Right. You mad that they at war over there. Right. And dudes making jokes, and you mad about it. They gonna keep making them jokes. It's gonna make you more mad, and they won. Because you upset about the joke. Right. You know what I mean? That's what we talk about the internet. People care too much about the internet stuff. But the problem is those moments, or those embarrassing moments, those stains on the city, is because they're the only moments. Right. It goes back to what we're saying about bigging up things that are good in the city. Right. We ain't bigging up the show that just happened on Acme. We ain't bigging up what they just did at Mercy Lounge. We ain't bigging up what they doing at the Nashville Museum, where we only talk about that. Right. We only talk about when they riot at the Capitol, or they do this or do that third. We don't talk about. That's the problem. That's the only moment. It's embarrassing moment like in every city, but it's more moments that cloud that moment. Right. It's some niggas in Memphis who know some old boo with some of the rappers in Memphis, but that ain't the only news in Memphis. Right. So it might never reach us. Right. But when the only news is that in Nashville, it reaches everybody. Right. It might be some whole corny stuff going on in Atlanta, but we don't know because we know about what's going on with the good stuff. Right. Because there's so much good stuff going on, and they talk about all the good stuff. Right. So the local stuff be like, they bullshit. Mm-hmm. That's their little local beef they be having issue with. That's another thing we talk about. I don't have to be best friends to work with you. That's sometimes the problem. In Atlanta, I didn't talk to my partners in Atlanta. I said, man, I don't even know these niggas, bro. They just cool. They come to the studio. They make a little record. They got some gas. We smoke. We do a record, and we keep it pushing. If it pop, it pop. You know what I mean? And we work together more. Right. Or my partner said, man, you should link up with this partner. We link up and we survive. We do a few records and we keep it pushing. Mm-hmm. It ain't gotta be my day one, A1, you know what I mean? Do me to work with him.
Right.
I ain't gotta been knowing him from from I ain't gotta know his mama and them and then like
Right.
y'all niggas ain't no mafia member for real. Like y'all ain't got and that be the thing. And Nashville, like that was about going back to the local mentality of people just having that mental escape of knowing who you are.
Right.
And stuff like that. I don't gotta know who bruh is from out west to do music with him. I don't.
Right.
Is the music good? Is he fire? Let's do the record.
I think too, you brought it up a little earlier, that might prevent that, is that people see Slab when he was 18 at Pearl.
Yeah.
And so that's where they keep you at. Even though they know your music fire, their music dope. Nah, I don't want to work with Slab. I know him from Pearl. You know what I'm saying?
Right, so, like he didn't.
Right. So I think it might be a lot of that going on too.
But that's also a false mentality because I could do the same thing for everybody. If we all did it, we would nobody work nowhere. Right. If I had the image of who anybody was from when they were, I wouldn't. We didn't know, bro. We didn't know you was gonna do what you did.
Right. I didn't even.
You didn't know you was gonna do what you did. You didn't travel the world.
Right.
I didn't see that coming from when we was at Pearl.
Nobody.
You feel what I mean?
And people said, I thought I was going to the league. I thought I was going
That's a fact. You feel what I mean?
Right.
Like people thought I was gonna go to college and go just have a cool little whatever situation,
Right.
and then boom,
Right.
and then see me in Vibe magazine.
Right.
Like you don't expect to see like everybody's trajectory is different. You feel what I mean? Your path is your path.
Right.
But that's the why I can't focus on those people.
Right.
I don't focus on those people. Mm-hmm. If you still looking at me when I was 18, I feel bad if I'm 31, homie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I've done a lot of things in life, and can't nobody take away my human experience.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't invalidate me for myself.
Right.
I'm straight. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that, but the people who can look at me like, whoop, oh, we good. And most of my closest friends, I always say, are people I've been knowing for 20 years, 15 years. Like, it's like I'm one of your close friends, people you've been knowing for years.
Forever,
if I wasn't there, I would have been called out.
Right.
If I would have no friends.
Right.
If I wasn't what I say I was, if you wasn't who you say you were,
Right.
I wouldn't be who I am.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like those people are people who don't know themselves yet, and they ain't happy with them. So they ain't happy with their life trajectory. They ain't happy with what's going on in their life. That's why I don't get mad. People get hate on me and shit, stuff like that when people say that.
Right. Believe in new opportunities.
Yes,
man.
sir.
Believe in that's dope.
Yes, sir.
So I remember, man. I can't remember. I think I might have just came back, seen it, but I remember you was doing a mentoring in a writing workshops at Pearl.
Yeah.
I remember I just reached out. Hey, man, let me know whatever I can do there. But I don't even remember if I was even living here yet. Still, or just came back.
I thought you was just visiting back and
you're right.
forth. I thought you was just visiting back and forth, bro. I just see you,
remember.
bro.
But-
Whenever you need me, bro. Just
you're right.
And those, we keep going up.
But nah, man. I want to talk about that because that's an initiative like you don't have to do. You could just do music and not, you know what I'm saying, and just do that. You don't have to be on your kind of your Nipsey Hussle moves. And this might have been before like people really known about.
Yeah, I was doing.
Before Nipsey, you know what I'm saying.
He definitely helped kept the inspiration going.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
that
yeah, we
on
was
the West Coast.
And but we definitely was doing those type things
Right.
before we knew the level of what Nipsey was doing.
Right.
I knew what the business move Nipsey was doing just on the $100 mixtape stuff and stuff like that.
Right.
But then but I mean, Bino, man, it started off as an acronym, just at first just like Slabino, like somebody just called me Slabino, and I said in the song I said Newell's Al Pacino, called me Slabino type thing, and then people start saying Bino just as like an extension of it and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's cool. I like mafia culture and all that type stuff.
Right.
So I was sitting there one day, I ain't like just chilling, and I'm like, I gotta make some of this because everybody keeps saying it, and we was just talking to somebody about like doors closing. And they was talking about feeling defeated and all that type of stuff. And later on that night, I was just chilling, watching TV, and it just clicked. Like I'm just believing in opportunity. Like, wasn't no aha moments. But what that meant wasn't fully developed yet. What that really, really meant to me just sounded cool at first.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So, and then once we started branding it out more, believing in opportunity, it started being more of not just an acronym that sounded cool with like a way to live. You know what I mean? And it really helped me mentally to not look down on myself and not to get discouraged when things didn't go the way I needed them to go, and when things I wanted them to go, and
Oh man,
put perspective. The phrase "put perspective" and help carry the purpose a little more.
man, what was one of your lowest moments, like just doing this journey, man, where you said, like when you just was damn near finna give up, just say I can't, cause it's hard, being an artist,
being homeless, being homeless with a newborn, and writing raps in a car in 10-degree weather, trying to figure out what the fucking plan was.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when we were doing Man for a Rapper stuff, and I did half of that CD homeless. And I did the other half like having a spot and all that type of stuff, and didn't nobody know. My engineer didn't know. Didn't nobody know.
Wow.
I was like, bro, I got you like next week. Let me just hold. I got you on some money like in a few. I'm just, whoop whoop like it, and that's what I do. So yeah, scraping up change for diapers and stuff like that. You feel what I mean? And being low like it, but still writing a plan out, and still write like we still gonna do something. We still gonna do this, and we still gonna not knowing how anything gonna come to fruition. But that was a low point. But I also I do got depression though, so I'm one of the guy like clinically. So it's like I got depression. So that low moment was also a like rejuvenation moment too. You know what I mean? Like because I didn't play Russian roulette with a pistol before. I know how I feel to want to kill myself. I know how I feel like not to want to live and not want to keep going in life. Fuck just career, music-wise. And I know how I feel like to not want to breathe no more. You know what I mean? Writing notes out and all that type stuff. You know what I mean? So, because those moments hit you harder to me for me.
Right.
Everything else has been just a step above like suicide. So it's like I ain't want to kill myself no more. Okay, now I'm just having a bad day. Right. I'm okay with that. I can have a bad day. You know what I mean? Like, so those moments, and that's probably why I am where I'm at with a lot of people. Like, oh, you be motivating, and bro, y'all don't know how many times I done said this motivating stuff, and it kept me from doing something myself. Right. Like these quotes, like doing a little morning quote everybody be talking about. Now, like that was really for me. I ain't do that for y'all. No offense. You know what I mean? Like I did that to want to get up in the morning myself.
That quote in particular. Let me see if I can get it right. You say, you know what I'm saying? Because it helped me. I'd be happy to see it when you post it. You say, accept the wins and don't feel guilty about it.
You can't feel guilty about it.
Don't feel good about it.
Because that's what, and the part I don't put on there because I hope people get it. And the last part of it is because you're worthy. You're worthy to win, my bad. You're worthy to win. A lot of us don't believe we worthy to get these wins. Right. I don't deserve to ride in the Benz. Right. I don't deserve to live nice. I don't deserve to go on vacation. Right. I don't deserve to get paid this much. We do a lot of self-sabotaging. A lot of us are scared to win more than fail. Right. Like winning scares people because responsibility come with winning. Right. You know what I mean? Like I can't just win and say F the world. Right. Responsibility come with me getting a bag. Right. Responsibility come with doing programs at the school that I went to.
And expectation.
Expectation. And you put it on yourself once you start winning because you can't get mad. You can't like all the accolades and hate the criticism. Right. You know what I mean? You can't it don't work two ways. It don't work that way. So for me, that was for those moments, back to your original point, that was some low moments for music wise. And we've had, every artist has those frustrations. We artists, we sensitive about our shit. You know what I mean? Like we all had those moments and stuff like that, but those real moments where I wanted to end it all, those moments keep me okay. Right. Because it's just music. Or it's just a little money. Right. It's just, you know what I mean? I know how it feels to be really that down and not think you're worth it, don't think you should live and breathe and all that type stuff. Because man, before I was alive, everybody was cool. Everybody said all this about you. Right. You know what I mean? It's my fault. It's, you know, thing like that. So I'm pretty okay with all the trials like I go through music nowadays or whatever like that. I've been doing this almost like full, like real respectfully for full since like 2010, 11. Yeah. I want to tell you is I ain't never got a sponsor. I still can put on my own show if I want to right now.
Right.
I can still go perform. You feel? I get DMs all the time about when next time I perform. Can I book you for this?
Right.
And I'm blessed to have those things, those aspects too. You dig what I'm saying? So the music journey, actually, I'm in the best. I'm probably more powered up than I ever been in my life when it comes to music. I really feel bad for niggas because I did all that fucked up.
Right.
Everything I did messed up. Either depressed or really, really broke. Or both. You know what I mean? Like, I did all of it, man. I did them on drugs, too. I don't sip lean no more. I don't pop pills no more. You feel? All I do is smoke weed and drink, may sip some wine once in a while, man. I do a little tequila here and there. You feel what I mean? But I did all that, like, not the best version of myself. You should. I did that on. I ran like when you say you run up on accident. I did all that on accident. I got in Vibe magazine, opened up for Bone Thugs and Harmony, and done stuff for other. May I had in my room. Man, look here, man. Something I can't even talk about. You know what I mean? It's like I did all that on accident. Now I'm actually got a purpose and got a vision for what I want to do, and got some actual people that support it, and actually got some. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. If you didn't like me, you gonna hate me, and if you like me, you gonna love me now.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you was wondering, should you come and join on the board? Come on, we here.
Right.
I don't shun people. I don't shun the late people. The people that come join the boat late. I like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? The view wasn't good enough for you yet. It's all good. You feel?
Yeah.
We here now. We got it good now for you.
What does if you could shape the music, the scene, the culture in Nashville, right? If you could like shape it any way, form, or fashion that you wanted to, right? And that could be getting particular people together. That could be, you know what I'm saying, getting particular artists in a room, squashing whatever beats, whatever that may look like to you. You know what I'm saying? How would you do that, or what would that look like to you?
For me, some of it is I'm working on something that's gonna do some of that.
Okay.
Already, so I can't give away anything what I do, but it's kind of what a synopsis of what you just said though.
Right.
People in the room that you wouldn't expect in the room together. Us maybe going on a tour outside of the city. You know what I mean? If you had a tour about 5 to 10 artists, and then they could have features with other artists that may not be on the tour. So it looks like almost like a 30 artist tour type thing or 20 artist tour. But it's really just a group of about 5 to 10 who did songs with these different people, and this person, they're gonna put on this show and that show and blah blah blah, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So to make it be a force, we need more outside coverage too though. Like if we want to break the glass ceiling of being the next city of rap, we need more outside coverage to come in and either come see us or we got to go to them. But one of the two, we need the outside coverage to break through, or our media coverage needs to break through.
Right.
So where the people who cover media in Nashville become popular media outlets in general.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's somebody who was in New York who probably started Complex.
Right.
And then they just became a company that became a bigger than life company. You know what I mean? Like you just become a review company. Then I'm from my hood. I'm reviewing these artists, but now your word, now you've garnished where your word in the industry is important. Right. So either the music industry, we go to them, or our industry of media that covers us needs to become a bigger platform. Become a bigger platform as well. Right. Records you wouldn't just normally hear. You don't think you're gonna hear. Right. And more just coverage of what we're doing. It's a lot of artists working together you wouldn't expect to work together. It's a lot of artists that's coming together doing stuff and things like that. And there's a lot of artists that support each other. Either they don't do their records and stuff like that, but we can only do so much as the artist.
Right.
You know what I mean? You are a part of an entity as an artist.
Right.
You're like, yes, Rick Ross is an artist, but Maybach Music is more than just one Rick Ross.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it becomes an entity. You become bigger, and you become a part of something bigger than yourself. So we gotta get more of that, and more artists need more teams here. I know that's always been the hardest thing for me, is to find a team of people who believe in the art and will help do the things I can't do.
Right.
Either I can't do it because I'm not skilled at it enough and it takes too much time to learn the skill.
Right.
Or it's like being a person who's trying to be in a case and fend for yourself. You need a lawyer, homie. Like sometimes you need a manager to speak for you because they feel more comfortable talking to them about certain things. Sometimes you need a publicist to reach out versus you trying to send an email yourself. And so like, 'cause I did all that. I've done I can do it. I'm gonna reach out and email everybody myself. I've done it. I'm DMing people myself. I put the leg work in too. But it's so many far I can run. Right. You know what I mean? And that's when my party put. They said, "Man, we got to get more structure behind you, because you got everything you need."
Right.
You know what I mean? My partner Dayton out of Vibe, he was like, "Man, you talk like all this already on.
Right.
You don't talk like a dude trying to make it. You know what I mean? Or trying to be up and coming, because I don't think like that.
Right.
I don't think like I'm on a different level than Lil Durk because he got more money than me.
Right.
Put me in the booth with him.
Right.
That's how I think. You know what I mean? So all I need is other things to prove to get me in the booth with him.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't think I'm under a Freddie Gibbs because he got all these bags with him. Put me in the booth with him.
Right.
All you gotta do is figure out how to get into the booth. Same thing. Who's a hooper? You know what I mean? I can beat Ja Morant.
Right.
It's a hooper that think that right now. You just got to get in the room on the court to go prove it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
How do you get to athletes? How do you get your sponsor? How do you get this? How do you get your training? How do you get? That's the stuff you got to figure out as an artist as well. How do you get to the spaces where you can get in the rooms to prove that you are as well good as you say you are? Because then it's just up to you.
Right.
Once I get them, I can prove it. I can handle it myself. I tell you all the time, just show me how to get there. Right. I can do everything myself. That's how I got in New York. That's how I got in Vibe magazine. Dude just asked me, like, man, next time you in New York, let me know. I took his invite. I'm here.
Where you at?
Where you at? I've been off. Cool.
Right.
I pull up with luggage in hand. What's up? What we talking about?
I ain't come here for no vacation or nothing. I came
my birthday. I still didn't come no vacation. I just use that as an excuse to go. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's how you get, you know what I mean? When I was broke, somebody lent me some money real fast.
Right.
Hey, bro, I'm trying to get to New York for my birthday. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how I was broke down bad. You dig what I'm saying?
Man, what's next for Geeslab, man?
EP coming. The first afterthought, kind of what you were talking about for the Tim Duncan Shaq line. Like, that's kind of where they come from. You know what I mean? The first afterthought. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm the person everybody know. Everybody know who I am and my bad. Everybody know who I am and know what it was, but I'm always the person they look over. You know what I mean? So let's play on that, and that's why I feel like I said the first afterthought. Like, I'm the dude. Like, if you do a show,
people look over you. That's.
Yeah, I'm looked over a lot. It's okay though. I think it breeds better for me.
Right.
Because when that moment happens, it's like no one believed Nipsey Hussle was getting looked over. He was getting looked over 10 years straight.
Yeah.
Something had to break though, sooner or later though. You know what I mean? These artists that we love that are near people and stuff like that,
I got a question though. Is it because I believe Nipsey Hussle got looked over a lot of times because he wouldn't conform to a lot of things maybe industry wanted him to conform to.
That as well. I mean, it's other reasons why I get looked over too.
Right.
It's not just because I'm not good enough. That's we know that's not the thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're not even going to entertain that right there.
Right.
It's to some of the others. Like I said, some people work the internet better than me.
Right.
I don't work the internet as well.
Right.
I don't have a quote unquote team around me.
Right.
That can help. I do a lot alone. You do what I'm saying? Even though I'm trying to find a team and get people and stuff like that, but you gotta believe in me as you're gonna be on my team. You really gotta be a fan of me as well. Like you gotta because that's gonna help you push it and come up with different things, better ideas that's gonna put us in a different position and stuff like that.
You gotta see your potential further than what you.
Yes, you do. You have to, and you gotta believe in what I'm saying too.
Right.
You gotta believe in in the thing as well. Like you gotta treat it like this your song.
Right.
This ain't, you know what I mean? Like this ain't just Geeslab brand song. This ain't just your song. Like, yeah, he wrote the lyrics, but this our song. Like we won that Grammy. We won that. You know what I mean? Like when niggas when niggas win awards, I want to thank, because you know what? Yeah, they know.
Everybody on this stage,
because they know all they did was write 16 bars and a hook.
Right.
Everything else it's contingent on everything else.
Right.
You feel what I mean? Yeah, your words and might have been the most potent thing in the world, and we needed your word to be right there. But that's what you did. Right. You know what I'm saying? Even if you made the beat and all that type, you could be the producer and the rapper. Right. But you did not press up all that stuff. Right. You didn't go have a meeting with TikTok. Right. You didn't go sit around with the people come with ideas and get your what merch ideas. You didn't design this. You didn't. It's other people think. Right. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. That's a couple things for me. But Yeah, we look, cause I always say I'm the dude who if somebody's planning a show and like, we're gonna book these people, and then when I walk by, they say, "Damn, we forgot about Slab." That's me. Not because they trying to. I don't think they trying to either.
Right.
I don't think it's all malicious or nothing like that.
Right.
You know, some shit like that. I just think that's what it's been. Everybody path is their path.
Right.
And everybody's trajectory has been their trajectory. I'm just trying to change my trajectory up in now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, the first afterthought. That's what I think of, the first afterthought.
Well, man, how can people find you, reach out to you, possibly want to be part of your team?
You can find me everything at Geeslab on everything, Geeslab. The website is coming probably about April when the new EP come out. So
Okay.
we'll premiere the new website, the new merch coming out.
I'm finna say you gotta.
I'll show you some new merch off camera. I'll show you some new merch off camera. I already got stuff already in there.
Right.
We just ready to print. We getting everything in,
Right.
and we'll release it out the right time and all that type stuff. But I'm excited, man. Like I told I'm losing weight. My hair getting longer. My skin looking good. You dig what I'm saying? Like,
Hey.
I'm feeling blessed, man. You feel me? We woke up this morning. Everything else I can handle. Everything else after that.
Getting ready for your season, man.
Man, our Slab season.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming.
Man, I
through,
appreciate
man.
you, boy.
I can't wait to have you back, man, because I know as your trajectory and your goals.
I'll come back whenever you need me.
Yeah,
whenever you need me, you call me.
Hey, when he win that Grammy, hey, I need that first.
Nah, he gonna get the little.
I need the first one.
Look here, he gonna get the first one. You know, look, we got a Zoom call that
Right.
thing. You know what I mean? We gonna get my boy the first
Hey,
one.
that's
Nah,
a
I
bet.
appreciate you, bro.
Nah,
For real,
nah,
for real.
I
bro,
appreciate
for real.
you, fam. That's love, man. Until next time.
Oh yeah.
All right, bet.